Yes, sir. We back. The We Outside Show. Your boy DJ Filthy Rich.
Yeah, it's your boy DJ Big X.
And we got the boy Symba in the building.
Yo, what's up with my guys, man? What's up with my guys?
We here, bro.
What's happening, man?
Man, feeling good, man. It's always a good time being in the A, man. I love Atlanta. I've been eating good all day.
Word.
Smoking good, drinking good.
That sound about right.
It's been a good day.
I seen you at the you was on Bankhead at the spot earlier.
Yeah, man. I was over there on Bankhead at Sabrina's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went out last night. The Tip had an event at his the Trap Cafe. We went over there. I've just been moving with the Magic City last night. Got some wings.
Magic City Monday, huh?
Yeah, we just moving around.
How they treat you in there? How you get treated?
Oh, it's love now. It's crazy because when I first started coming out here, didn't nobody really know me.
Right.
But like being out here the last 2 years, I've been working with a lot of different producers, a lot of different artists. So I've been meeting a lot of people just through that. So last night, like with the album being out and everybody seeing me, it was like the first time I was moving through, just seeing everybody I know out here. So it was dope.
Oh, that's dope, man. I like that. So you being well received out here. That's
Yeah, definitely. We've been talking about getting a spot out here in the A, man.
Oh, man, you definitely got to do it, man, for real.
Yeah, we got to come to the A.
Hey, we moved short out here like in 94 for the Freaknik, so
Yeah.
he fell in love and he never left. He stayed about 10, 15 years.
Yeah, nah, the A it's beautiful because it's our culture, bro. Like, I was just telling my bro earlier, like, I understand why Atlanta runs hip-hop because it's like y'all got your own platforms for y'all music outside of streaming and outside of radio. So last night we in Tip Restaurant just listening to classic Jeezy and, you know what I mean, new Lil Baby records and young niggas, I ain't even know their names, they records hard.
Right.
But it's like I'm in my phone looking them up, you know what I mean?
understand.
Like trying to see who they is, like
Yeah.
going to Magic City, like y'all got platforms for black culture, bro, and it's just beautiful to see.
Nah, that's why even we doing this radio show is good for us too because it extends something that we do with the Coalition DJs.
Yeah.
We have a platform that we do here, actually at Stankonia Studios every Monday called New Music Monday with artists. You have like people like you that's already on and you have people that's up and coming and they perform for a room full of DJs and that's how
I gotta come
find
through,
our talent.
man. When I get off this tour, I'm gonna pop out sometime in October, November for sure.
Yeah, that'll be dope, man.
sure.
Because
I
it's
gotta
just getting all the
come
DJs in one place, you know what I'm saying? So you
nah,
can-
and that's important, man. I gotta rock with the DJs, man. Shout out to all the DJs.
Yeah, let's get you to pop out like January when we do the anniversary.
Let's do it. Let's
real,
do it.
though.
Let's do it.
There you
Let's put
go.
it together.
That's the mastermind right there.
Let's do it.
So speaking of the A, I first got put on to you from my barber, right?
Okay.
You know, barbers be like your therapist, you know,
Yeah,
everything, right?
for
So
sure.
He know I'm a hip hop junkie, bro. Like I like MCs. That's why I'm glad you came because you the type of artist with this platform that I want to come on here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like no
that.
drill, murder, kill, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like you real creative. But I first got put on to you with the Big Homie record
Yes.
with Chains.
Big Chains.
And I was like, damn, this dude is raw.
Yeah.
My barber was like, nah, man, you gonna like this dude. Just listen to him. So I started listening and then, you know, graduating now to one of my favorite verses that you ever did, bro, was with Chains again, bro. Vlad TV.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, boy?
I watched my cuz drop out BMF to go to USF. So then, yeah.
Yo, what's wrong with you, man?
Nah, what's crazy is I never even told this story. What's crazy is that was originally my song.
What?
So I was originally doing the hook, right? And I had wrote the verse, and no, I'm lying. I wrote the hook. I took the hook home, and I was like, damn, Stove gotta sound hard on this, right? So I sent it to Stove, and then Stove sent this verse back, and I was like, oh, I gotta go crazy right now. And Stove, like y'all know Stove God?
Yeah.
Stove God Cooks?
Yes.
He just so skilled as a rapper to where he could just jump into all these different pockets. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to walk this one down.
Yeah.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to walk it down. So I put my verse on it, and then one day I pulled up on Chains because we recorded at the same studio in L.A. And I pulled up on him, and I played it for him. And I was like, you might as well give us one of them Big Tony moments
Facts.
right now. Because, like, Chains, I feel like he don't get the credit he deserves as a lyricist.
Yep.
Like, he's really an elite lyricist. You know what I mean? And I think because he makes the big hits, sometimes that gets overshadowed. But he's an elite lyricist. So I knew he was going to go crazy. And when he went crazy, I was like, bro, this your song, bro.
Yeah.
This your song. Like you went crazy.
That was a hell of an alley-oop you threw him, because I should have known that song got your DNA in it, bro. I should have known that was your song.
Yeah, nah. I wrote the hook, and then I hit the homie Major to do it, and then I played it for Chains. He went so crazy. I was like, bro, this your song.
Yeah.
This your song, man.
Nah, respect, man. That's my joint, yo.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you went
Nah, I appreciate
crazy.
that.
That's when I
love
was
that
like,
song.
okay, this nigga right here?
Yeah.
All right, big. He's a big problem
Yeah.
now. And I was like, yo, anybody I put on now, so, you know, when you play new music for people who ain't heard somebody,
Yeah.
it's always like one song. You be like, all right, if you never heard him before, this is the song you play.
Yeah.
When I put niggas on the Symba, I play that song.
Clear that
you know?
joint, yeah. Nah,
I'm
that's
telling you,
what's
bro.
up, man. Shout out to Chains too for throwing that on the project. Like, I know you say I threw him a live, but he threw me many a lives, and him putting it on the project was special. Cause sometimes like great songs could go unheard if they not on the right platform.
Yep.
You know, and I wasn't at the time. My name wasn't where it is today, and that platform actually helped me get a little further. So shout out to Chains, man. He always looking out for me.
That's dope,
Two
man.
Chainz, my
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, man. He's always there for me. He came out to my show in L.A. I just did for my release party for the project. He came out. We performed Big Homie. And he did I'm Different. And then the night after that, he jumped on Pop Out on the new album.
Yeah.
He heard Pop Out. He just started going crazy. So he jumped on that. Shout out to Chains.
Yeah, y'all got good chemistry. And it's good to have somebody like a legend in the game really
Facts.
rock with you like that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I was telling people that before too. You said about I'm like a hip hop junkie, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I like
yeah.
lyricists, so I'm big on Chains, like you said too.
Yeah.
I be telling people like, yo, how can he not be nice when he came in under Ludacris and Wayne,
Facts.
two of the best
Facts.
rappers? You know what I'm saying,
Bro, like if
gotta
we
be
really
nice.
listen to the things Chains say, you know what I'm saying? Like 4-4 Bulldog, Georgetown Hoya fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he so witty with it and so lyrical with it. He say, what he say on Pop Out? He say, almost riding with a stallion. You with a one-trick pony.
See, and he funny too, bro.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
He be
Yeah.
going, man. Shout out to Chains, man. He been like a big part of like my come up. Like the biggest, that was the first person ever like really give me a cosign and like rock with me and just give me game. I remember I was frustrated about Soul Ties on the new project because we originally had a sample in there. We couldn't get the sample cleared.
Yeah.
And then I was telling him, like, man, we can't get it clear. He was like, don't trip, killer. I couldn't get it cleared either. He played me a song he had with the same sample. He couldn't get it cleared either.
Dang.
Then we found out, like, Lizzo couldn't get it cleared, and all these Black Eyed Peas, I think, tried to get it cleared.
The same sample?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a smash record, like,
Okay.
smash record, but they wouldn't clear. But when I seen him say that, I kind of calmed down, like, all right, shit,
Yeah.
Chains can't get it cleared.
So it happened to the best
Shit,
of us. Right?
yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the new project, bro.
Definitely.
Drama, man.
Yeah.
Drama. So what made you link with Drama and say I'm gonna do a Gangsta Grills?
Man, just something I always wanted to do. You know, like you said, I grew up a hip hop fan, a hip hop junkie, and Gangsta Grills is a classic series.
Oh yeah.
You know, so we originally had talked about it last year around April, and I just felt like the music wasn't right yet. You know, I had a bunch of music. I'm always recording,
Yeah.
so I got a bunch of music, but it's a part that happens in that process of just recording where you start realizing what you want the project to sound like. In the beginning, you just kind of fishing around. You jumping on this beat, doing this, doing that. But once you figure it out and you get like 4 to 5 good joints and you want to go in a direction, you know exactly where you want to go. So I had these 4 to 5 joints and I sent them over to Drama. And he was just like, boy, you in your bag right now. And I was like, I think I know where I want to go with it. And then we just kind of fleshed it out from like, I was recording all last year, but we really start like closing out around July, August, where we was just in there banging our head on the wall every day, rewriting verses, changing hooks, redoing beats. And then me and him went to New York. He was actually on tour, so I flew to New York to meet him in the studio. And then he did all his drops. We was just in there having great conversation, great hip-hop conversation.
Yeah.
And he just went in the booth and just one-taked everything.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a beautiful experience for me, man. Like, I grew up watching Gangsta Grills. Like, when I went on Sway, that's why I rapped on the Cannon beat, because I used to be in school.
Cannon.
Yeah, I used to be in school, like, really writing to that beat every day. I probably wrote 1 million different verses to that beat.
Yeah.
Like, I always used to rap to that beat. So Gangsta Grills got, like, a special place in my heart, so it was important for me to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gangsta Girls going crazy right now too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he back.
yeah, he on fire.
But people don't even understand, like, well, people do understand, especially in the A, like, a Gangsta Grills is like your album in the ghetto.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, ain't nobody waiting on no major label. You got a Gangsta Grills, you got an album.
You got an album.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
And it
For
sound
sure.
like that. It sound like
For
that.
sure.
So I could tell a lot of work got put into that.
Definitely.
And that's what I was gonna ask you too. Like when you put the project together with Drummer, did y'all go in with a concept of like building an album, or was it like let's put out some songs for a mixtape?
Yeah, well, originally it was gonna be me freestyling over instrumentals.
Right.
That's like the original idea we had. But at the time, I felt like I was developing into a better songwriter.
Right.
So as I started making certain songs like Trust Issues, Can't Win for Nothing, Soul Ties, I started realizing like, man, maybe this should feel more like a project, like a real album. So I had already had the concept of results take time, because I always wanted my next project to be about where I'm currently at today and where I'm trying to go and what all it took for me to get to this point. And there's still so much more to do. So I kind of had that concept already. I had concepts like Can't Win for Nothing, Sacrifices, Blessings, Better Days, to get people through life. You know what I mean? We got music for the club. We got music for radio, but it's like sometimes I feel like it's a lack of just everyday music, shit that make you want to get up and go to work in the morning. Things when your boss getting on your nerves, you know what you gonna listen to, them long rides home while you sitting in traffic. And I was just really creating from that space. And then once I kind of got about a good, I say 10 songs, I knew what else I needed. I needed something for the club. I needed something for, you know what I mean? I needed to sprinkle little parts in. So it was really me, Dallas Martin over at Atlantic Records, and my team, bro, just every day nailing away at it.
That's my team over there too. I love everybody at Atlantic.
Yeah, best label in the world.
Crestbone, that's my guy. Man.
Sam, that's my man.
Yeah, but I also read, and I was looking online, you was working with Dre.
Yeah.
And what was that experience like working with Dre?
Yeah, it's like a it's like a great learning experience. So it's like you gonna learn a lot with Dre. You gonna learn how to act your lyrics out. You gonna learn to listen for broader sounds. You know, you gonna learn to hear the hi-hat in the back that you wouldn't pay attention to, that he was listening to every tedious thing and told you turn that down or take this out. It's a perfectionist. You know, he's a perfectionist. Yeah. Like they don't call him the doctor for no reason. Like he really in there doing surgery on everything he do. So for me, one of the biggest things I learned was just, you know, acting my lyrics out more, not just going in the booth rapping, acting them out as if I'm really living in them in that moment.
It's a lot of legendary MCs that never got a chance to work with Dre.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know that was big, you know what I mean?
Big time, bro. It was, my mama was texting me the whole time because I called her. I was on the way over there. She texted me, "What's he like?" I'm like, "Ma, I just got here. Damn." You know what I'm saying?
Is that where I know Stat Quo was over there? Is that where he was hating on you?
Nah, man. Stat actually worked at, I had a deal at Columbia before I was on Atlantic. And truthfully, like I say on God, on the project, I signed the deal because I needed some money at the time, and I needed to figure out my next move. I had just moved to LA, saved up all my bread, bought a studio, and then I just was losing bread, bro, going out, buying drinks, trying to get tables to be seen, running through the bag. And I was like, damn, what I'm gonna do? So I needed something to sit down and plan. So I was writing records for people at the time, and I got signed to Columbia off of a record I wrote for somebody else, but they wanted me to just keep making records like that as an artist. I always knew I wasn't going to continue to do that, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm about to take this bag, get in one record, and wait till they drop me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my goal, to just figure the plan out.
Yeah.
And then when I signed to Columbia, Stat was working there. Stat was one of the A&Rs that was working there. And he just used to always, bro. And like I said, you know, I got love for Stat. Like, I learned a lot from Stat. Like, it's things I do today that I learned from Stat. But it wasn't like he taught me those things. Right? He just would tear me down and tell me this, and I'd walk in the room in front of the whole label, and he'd just start getting on my line. I'd be like, damn, bro, like, help me get it right. Like, all right, nigga, what should I do then?
Right,
You know
don't
what I
play
mean?
me.
Yeah, like, just let me know. And then, you know, years go by and I seen him and stuff, but then I always just hear little things about, yeah, I was talking to Stat Cole, he said you ain't a star. And it just be like, where this come from? Right? And I'll be on the phone with somebody else, they said, well, Stat said you might be a star, but you can't make records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just feel like a never-ending thing of just like, damn, bro, like, is it a personal issue with me or something?
Yeah.
So I felt the need to address it, but I didn't attack him or nothing. I was just, you know, letting him know that used to bother me, bro. And at a point in time, like, you almost made me stop making music.
Yeah, you spoke your truth though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's your truth.
But I gotta ask you that too. You know, being that I know Stat too.
Yeah.
Like, and he probably said, well, you couldn't write a song being that, and I know you probably deal with that now, being a lyricist.
Yeah.
A lot of people go, lyricists don't make songs.
Yeah.
They just great lyricists.
Yeah.
Do you feel the pressure of that, like putting an album together now?
Not no more. I think I solved that. Well, I parked that conversation with this new project, Results Take Time.
Okay.
I'm not rapping on beats, I'm rapping on records.
Okay.
So it's a lot of times on these songs where I could be a lot more lyrical, but the record doesn't call for me to do that, right? So if you listen to songs like Overnight, the intro, Can't Win for Nothing, Sacrifices, On God, Soul Ties, Find a Way, No Sleep, Pop Out, these is records.
Right.
You know, I'm just rapping over these records. I'm not trying to prove I'm the best rapper on these records. I'm just trying to make great music for people to listen to outside of my freestyles. I just don't want to be freestyle man and be the person that everybody know he could rap. And that's cool, I could rap. That's going to get me talked about in the barbershop.
No doubt.
But them records get you talked about in the bank.
Oh, they do, and that was the one thing I wanted to say too. Like a lot of us that's been in the industry for a while, we always say, "Well, lyricists can't write records," and we kind of beat up a guy who could possibly learn how to make great songs.
Facts.
But a lot of those lyricists fell away because we really just beat them up because
Facts.
You know, you can't write a song, but the lyrics that they were saying was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the concept of making a song, some people don't sit down and make great songs. They just can make great rhymes.
Most people don't take the time to like live in reality sometimes. Like when you making music, like when I go to the club, bro, I don't want to hear me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't want to hear me in the club. I want to hear Pluto. I want to hear some Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to hear some shit that's gonna get me turned. But when I'm going through my days or I'm fucked up, I'm gonna listen to me. That's what I want to hear.
Right.
And I think sometimes as artists, like people try to make people listen to what they want them to listen to. When it's just like people want to hear what's good, you know, what's some good music that they could vibe to or something that they could play every day. It's just not about what you like. And sometimes as lyricists, we just get so caught up in us liking the lyrics, we forget that people still need to listen to the song.
Right. And it's that time and place for all music too. Like, you know, nobody wants to hear bars in the club.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get a lap dance to, you know what I mean, punchlines.
Like I got a record, Street Nigga and Pop Out. I heard him in the club the other night and I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm sounding good in the club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But those are two records, like first time records of me attempting to try something like that.
And it's working.
Yeah. You know, so it's dope. And I'm learning a lot from it, bro. Taking it all in.
That's what's up. All right, so look, we're gonna pay some bills, we're gonna play some music, we're gonna come right back, man. Yes, we outside show. We got Symba in the building.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. Yes, sir. We back. We outside. Show your boy DJ Filthy Rich.
Yeah, it's your boy DJ Big X.
And we got Symba in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So look, right before the break, he was talking about when you went to Funk Flex and did the freestyle. You just had to speak on a couple things, get some things off your chest.
Yeah, man. You know, Pac, man, that's legendary. Pac is one of my favorite rappers. A lot of our favorite rappers. And sometimes as a community, I feel like in hip hop, we be so quick to just like go bad on each other rather than like, you know, having more of a finesse about how we communicate with each other so it ain't always so violent and vulgar. So I remember when Flex was coming at Pac, you know, a few years ago, and
he was going hard.
Biggie wouldn't have died if that nigga didn't lie. He lied.
He did look like he was crying.
Yeah, he was going bad on Pac, and you know, I was getting ready to put my verse together for when I went up to Flex, and I was just thinking like, what's some things Flex done that I didn't agree with, right? And the main thing I kept thinking about was the Tupac moment. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kick my verse off and come at him about getting that Pac, man. Let him know how we felt about that over in the West, man. We ain't really like that, Flex, but he's a legend though, so it wasn't like I was gonna go up there and disrespect him,
right,
or nothing like that. So I worded it in a respectful way. Yeah.
Nah, but that was the dopest way to do it because it could have been a conversation, but nah, put it in the verse.
Yeah.
Put it in the top of the verse too.
Exactly.
Yeah, just set the tone early, like yo.
Set the tone.
Yeah. Then had to run it back.
Yeah.
I say this boy go crazy.
Yeah.
I like this. You got so you're from the Bay, but you got an East Coast energy about you, bro. Like where does that come from?
Man, I just think I was just heavily influenced by East Coast people. I used to move around a lot with my parents. Lived in Philly for a little bit. Used to be in Atlantic City. Used to be in Jersey, New York a lot when I was a kid. We spent Christmas for like 2 weeks in New York when I was a kid. And I was just always influenced, you know, by Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Ja Rule, just different artists. Even though I love the artists on the West, I grew up on a lot of 40, listened to Short a lot, Keek the Sneak, Mac Dre. But it was just something about Hove, you know, it gravitated to me different. It just hit me different. Something about X just hit me different, bro. And I just always said, you know, when I started making music, like I wanted to take after them. I wanted to make my music to where it was somebody from the West that I represent for the West and explain West Coast culture, but moreover a universal sound to where we all could digest to it. Sometimes I feel like our music runs into our region and they crash. So like West Coast music sometimes is too fast for over here. Trap music is too slow for over there sometimes. East Coast music, they don't want to hear that, the bars in the club.
Yeah.
On the West Coast, we might think it's too slow. You know, so I always try to like merge the sonics to where I'm giving all three at one time.
That's kind of how it reminds me really of like when T.I. first came out, right? Like he had obviously a super heavy Southern accent.
Yeah.
But his flow was an East Coast flow.
Yeah.
Hands down to me. Like the way he would ride records and just the way he would rap was real East Coast. It kind of reminds me of that. You don't sound like him, but that's the
no,
feeling
for sure.
I get. You know what I mean?
For sure.
They like blending it all together.
Yeah, and Tip was inspired by Hove.
Exactly.
You know, and a lot of those artists over there in New York. So I could definitely see that, man. But shout out to Tip too. I just seen him last night.
Y'all got to get in the studio, man.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Tip was actually the first person that was about to sign me.
For real?
Yeah, I never told this story either. Tip flew me to Atlanta, I want to say in 2015.
Wow.
Damn.
Yep, in 2015 before I signed to Columbia, and we worked on some records. He was like, man, let's put it together. And I just, for some reason, went with the Columbia route. I don't know why. I think it was because the girl I was managed by at the time ended up getting the A&R position there. You know what I mean? So I felt like I owed it to her.
So your
because she
loyalty
was
took
with
you
me.
there.
Yeah, she was with me for so long. So I felt like I owed it to her. But definitely shout out to Tip. That was the first person to literally fly me out like for a meeting and everything.
Damn, that's crazy. He was on you super early.
Yeah, early,
So-
2015.
So you've been on the grind for a minute, like, and I heard you say you to go in the club, you throw the money,
Yeah,
do everything just to get that light.
yeah,
So now that you position yourself in the game pretty much like where you want to be.
yeah.
Do you think a lot of that stuff a lot of the unnecessary money you spent, was a lot of that necessary to get to this point?
It's two sides of it, right? It's yes, that shit was hella unnecessary.
Okay.
Like 100%. Right? But it's like, how do you learn it's unnecessary
Right.
if nobody's telling you?
Okay.
So you gotta do it. You gotta fuck up to learn. This ain't the way I should be going about it, because nobody got the answers. When you jump in music, it don't come with a brochure.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Right? You could go get the what's the book they always tell you to get?
The
Music
the
business
business.
101
Right,
book.
right.
Everybody tell you to read. Yeah. You can go get that shit all you fucking want to.
And that book too goddamn big.
That big book is big as hell, right?
Ain't nobody
Big
reading that
as
whole
hell.
book.
Ain't nobody read that damn
Everybody
book.
got the book and nobody read
Right.
it.
But you can read that book all you want to, right? But it's a certain thing that's not in the book, which is like real life of how things gonna go for you as an artist. So everybody's circumstances is different. Everybody's finances is different. Everybody's living habits is different. So the way you live and the things you got going on in life can affect your day-to-day as trying to become an artist.
Right.
So it's tough. So you gotta go out there and spend money to learn, okay, I shouldn't have spent money on that because there's nobody to tell you shouldn't have spent money on that. So you gotta fuck up a little bit to realize how to get it right. So I would say, yes, it's unnecessary, but I had to go through it to learn.
Necessary, unnecessary, but necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the GOAT record, right?
Yeah.
You touched on, I like that record is hard too, man. I just like all your shit for real. But
Thank you, brother. Thank you,
the
man.
GOAT record, I just like dissecting people's music.
Yeah.
The GOAT record is crazy, but you touched on, you were saying like, you kind of, these days, you can't just be a rapper, right? You got to be great outside of just that one passion. So
Facts.
getting into acting and getting into other things. So what are some of the things outside of rapping that you're looking to do to build your brand and just,
Yeah. One is TV and film, but the main one is sports. Like I want to get into the sports world a lot. I feel like I got this ability to like bridge a lot of gaps, right? And I feel like I love what's going on in the high school basketball community right now. As far as like these games are starting to look like NBA games. You know, the Drew League, you got LeBron going to the Drew League now, playing in these pro-am leagues, and it's like turning the city up. But with kids like in junior high and high school, they basketball games be so lit. And a lot of them listen to my music and they rock with me and they motivated by my music. They work out to and everything. So if I could be somebody that kind of bridges the gap, that like put them on platforms, right? Bring more social awareness to them. These kids getting paid now. You know what I mean? So they don't have to wait to go to the NBA to make $1 million, right? So if you got somebody from the neighborhood that's turned up, if I could make him a song, you know, or make a commercial with him or something and put him on a platform for more people to see him to get paid, that's something I would like to do and eventually maybe turn that into an agency or something. But that's one of the main things I want to do is get to step into the sports space, but before that, TV and film for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope, man. Because you can't just be a rapper, bro. People don't
Definitely.
understand. Like, rap.
I mean,
costs
you
money.
you can if you dedicate yourself to it. Like, it's a lot of people, bro, that's just been rappers like for years. You know what I mean? And they still touring, still making money, still live a successful life. But in today's era of breaking a new artist, you kind of gotta jump around a little bit because it's too much music to consume. You know, so
and there's a lot of outlets. There's a lot of platforms out here now.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of platforms that didn't exist 10, 20 years ago are available to artists now. So just trying to go one way, it just ain't gonna work now.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And it's a lot of money out here. Like, look what 50 did with Stars. Like, bro.
Look what 50 did with TV, Kanye did with fashion, Hov did in business. You know, Ross did with Wingstops and alcohol. Puff did with alcohol and multiple things. You know, you gotta use it. Use this platform to be able to leverage yourself to do bigger things.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I think it's like when they gaslight you, you know, that when they gaslight you, you can pretty much write your own check at that point.
Exactly.
Really I think like when I seen Beyonce blow up, I think she knew the value of what she hold when she did the, I guess the clothing line she did.
Ivy Park.
That's when she really started to feel like, okay, man, I can really step outside of being a musician.
Look at Rihanna.
I about to say, Rihanna ain't made a song since, bro.
You know what I mean? Like Rihanna, like it's just dope to see, man, that, you know, a talent could take you so far.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And black business is beautiful, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's dope too. That it seems like every city you go to, you go support a black business.
Yeah. I think, man, you know, like as rappers, bro, sometimes like we be weaponizing our platform too much. You know, like we be so quick to just post the gun and post the lean and post the weed and everything when it's just like, bro, you got millions of people watching you right now.
Oh yeah.
We could really like utilize this, you know what I mean? So it's like one thing that I notice is like black food be the best.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? like it be the best to me.
It be seasoned,
you know,
well.
And that's probably like just how I was raised and what I grew up eating, so I'm used to that, you know? And sometimes I feel like, you know, we don't get the proper promotion or we not always starting off with a fund. You know, it's people hard-earned money, and they don't always have it to go pay for the big commercial or go pay for the billboard. So if I can lend my platform to direct some people over there and highlight what they doing, why not?
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. So shout out to my bro Dark Gable. He the one that plugged me so I could get you on here.
Okay.
Me and him was having a conversation the other day. We laugh about Charleston White all the time. Like we
my
be on the
God,
phone.
Charleston.
Yeah. So it's a conversation that we was talking about the other day where he was saying, you know, he be talking crazy, bro. His
He be
delivery,
talking filthy.
His delivery is ridiculous.
He be talking filthy.
So he was talking about how you know, Nipsey friends wasn't real because they ran when something happened to him. And basically, I think the point he was trying to make was, you know, when you come back to the hood don't treat you right.
Yeah.
You know, I think you even touched on that in the song. Matter of fact, I think in Big Homie you was talking about when you go back home,
Yeah.
like they kind of. How do you feel about that? Like when you get to a certain point, do you feel like you obligated to come back and start businesses in the hood, or is it just like y'all can't even go back because you know the wolves is always out?
I think it's subjective, right? Because it's like that's where your heart at. So it's like naturally you want to go back and do something, but then at the same time, it's certain people who you may not know or who wasn't around when you grew up over there, right? And they may feel a certain way about you coming through with all this jury on and what you got going on, and they kind of stuck there every day trying to figure it out. So it's like to them, you flexing on us, you know what I mean? Like you making us look bad. So it's like motherfucker feel like they gotta get you out of there, but at the same time, you feel like you gotta do something to help them. You know what I mean? like so it's I don't feel nobody is, if somebody gets some money, bro, nobody's obligated to go back and do anything for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's your bread. If you made your bread, that's your bread.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But if you feel you could do something and make a change for somebody over there so they won't be feeling that way, you can do it. But you don't always have to just be hanging out there or doing. You could do it from a distance. You know what I mean? Or you could be somebody that do it right within there. I was at T.I.'s restaurant last night. We driving by another spot in Bankhead today. They said he just bought this complex, this apartment complex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tip doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He living proof. I know Jeezy do a lot. So you can do it. I just think sometimes it's dangerous when you're trying to do it and still be there every day, because it's the chances of you actually making that happen is slim.
What's messed up is we the only race of people that do that though, right? It's like we shouldn't have to feel not safe where we come from when you're trying to give back and inspire where you come from. Like that's crazy to me.
But that comes from like we don't understand our history, bro. We don't understand who we are as a people. You know, we don't understand. Like I remember being in school one time, I tell this story all the time, and this girl in my elementary class, you know how you come back from summer vacation, you gotta write a paragraph about what you did or a page about what you did on vacation.
Yeah.
So she went to Paris and visited her great-great-grandparents and learned the origins of this and woo, woo, woo. She learned her history as a little girl. Bro, I'm still learning shit about my dad to this day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know nothing about my granddad, his granddad, what his dad was like, what they was like. We don't know where we come from. So when you don't know what you come from, you don't have no reason to respect it.
Right.
All you know is what you around every day. So it's up to us, like, to put our kids, like, that 23andMe shit, like, go get that done so your kids could know where they cousins is. So if they in a city, tap in with them. And learn about your uncles so you can learn about your aunties and great aunties. So we got to, you know, educate our people more just about us.
Facts. I like that, man. Well, look, ain't nothing else to say after that. I think that's a good way to end it.
That's right.
Hey, look, Symba, we appreciate you coming through.
Nah, man, thank y'all for having me.
Y'all make sure y'all grab that project. Get everything he got, man.
Results take time out right now.
Let's get it, man.